Today's readings remind us to treat other people with respect. We know the adage, you always hurt the ones you love, and it's true that the times we are hurtful often happens with those we are closest with, especially in our family, where we can take advantage of one another. Sometimes our reaction to others, their color, race, religion, orientation, even political party, can be a reason to look down on them and subtly to treat them as if they were less than we are. With this kind of negative attitude towards others, there's a danger that we can have that kind of negative attitude with God. We can even think that there are negative actions of God. God is angry with me. God is getting even with me. God is not pleased with me. Remember growing up and making a face? Our mothers told us that God would freeze that face in that way. That fear can seem kind of silly today, but maybe it was a little bit more ingrained than we thought. Today's readings remind us otherwise. Psalm 103 says it best, God is kind and merciful, slow to anger, and filled with compassion. God is also just. The Hebrew people suffered a lot when they abandoned the covenant with God. Jeremiah was the principal prophet, warning them of the consequences of their lack of faithfulness, even to the point of the destruction of Jerusalem and exile to Babylon. But Jeremiah also reminds them of the grace of faithfulness, especially the faithfulness that God has for us. Shout with joy for Jacob, exult at the head of the nations, proclaim your praise and say, the Lord has delivered his people, the remnant of Israel. The gospel story today is unique and honest. Jesus is so focused on his mission to Israel that his knee-jerk response is rather rude and biased. But the woman pleading for her daughter, she gets the center stage, having a comeback that speaks for every one of us who are sinners, who fail, and who alienate themselves from God. Please, Lord, even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters. Then Jesus said to her in reply, O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish. And her daughter was healed from that hour. That openness from Jesus heals us and is the ground of every gift and grace we receive, and is the reason to be very joyful as well. Shouting, they shall mount the heights of Zion. They shall come streaming to the Lord's blessing. So today, each day, may we treat each person, especially those closest to us, with the respect with which we want to be treated.